John Tyson's motto was,
Alright, hey now. Man. I gotta say, Raw tonight didn't suck. It didn't suck. Raw was not half that bad tonight. We are live right here on From Pillar to Post, right here on the on our YouTube channel. If you found us and you like what you're seeing, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. And thank you guys for tuning in tonight. And if you're listening on the archive, we'd like to thank you for tuning in as well. We are here just about every Monday night, probably each and every Monday night, right after Monday Night Raw, running down Monday Night Raw, and as well as some other wrestling news. And the big buzz today. Getting a lot of stuff about this online. The big buzz today is that Christmas Day is on a Monday. Christmas Day is on a Monday. New Year's Day is on a Monday. So for those of you, here in the U.S., everything shuts down on Christmas. Everything shuts down on New Year's Day. You're lucky if you can find a gas station open on those 2 days. But WWE, goddamn pal, it's a Monday. We're running a fucking show. I can just hear it now, man. I can just hear it. So I'm sitting there thinking, when I first heard the news, when I first started reading the tweets, I'm sitting there thinking, okay, their Raw is on a Monday. People are freaking out, so they're going to run best of shows. They've done that before when Christmas is landed on a Monday, when New Year's Day is landed on a Monday. They'll do something pre-taped, or they'll run best of shows. No, that's not the case, because today, WWE puts out this big press release that says, we are running live episodes of Monday Night Raw, not only on Christmas Day, but on New Year's Day as well. And I laugh wholeheartedly about this because, one has to realize these wrestlers probably are not getting any kind of pay incentive for working on these holidays. No bonuses, no nothing. Fans are not going to show up. It used to be that was the thing to do was, Starrcade was held on Thanksgiving night. You got done eating, you went to watch wrestling. Same thing for Christmas. They used to do it for Christmas too, guys. The fuck else are you doing Christmas night? I mean, I know what I'm doing. I'm going to see Star Wars. But what the fuck else are you doing on Christmas night? You open your presents. You eat with your family. What else do you do? Pass out in your Barca Lounger? Come on, no. So it makes sense that they are doing this, but then you get the other side of it. This sensitive universe. The talent deserves to be at home with their families. The talent needs to be at home with their families. And I wholeheartedly agree with that to a point. It is kind of passe to be working on Christmas Day nowadays, I think. However, and especially if they're not going to get a pay incentive. And this person who sent the tweet, I was like, all right, prove it to me. Are they really, are they really doing this? And she sent out a thing that was kind of surprising to me, in that, the wrestlers' wives, Rebby Hardy and the Hardy Boys' wives were really we're kind of are they really they were really kind of upset about it. And my thing about this is these wrestlers' wives don't cry when the paychecks come in, do they? I know, that's beside the point. I know. But you gotta sit there and wonder, is it really bad for them to be working on Christmas Day? Kind of upset about it. And my thing about this is these wrestlers' wives. Sorry. I was checking out the stream page. It tells me I'm viewing. My stream health is in the red. I don't know why. Nothing's going on with my internet connection today. Anyway, so what's your thoughts on the WWE running a live Monday Night Raw Christmas Day? It's probably going to draw the lowest rating that they've ever had for a live show. People were bitching about it last year or this year when SmackDown was on the 4th of July. So we'll see. I really don't know what to think of that because I don't know where they're running. First of all, you don't know where they're running, and you don't know. Who knows? They usually run the day after Christmas up in Madison Square Garden. Maybe Monday Night Raw sees a return to the Garden for the first time in how long? Who knows? But New Year's Day, they're not going to draw worth shit. Well, then again, is New Year's Day really that big of a holiday for people? I don't know. Give us a call. Call the show here tonight live, 434-710-4900, 434-710-4900. Let us know what you think of this. This marks the first time WWE will present Monday night's hottest show live on Christmas and New Year's holidays. Jeez, man. That's got to be rough on that roster. It really does. It really does. Another thing happening tonight. This Mae Young Classic. They showed a video of Ronda Rousey and two of the four it's her and Mina Shafir and I have no idea who these women are, to be honest with you. It's the three of the four horsewomen besides Shayna Baszler. So you got Rousey, the other two, and they're commenting on how Shayna Baszler's doing really good in the tournament. And what kills me is then the Becky, I believe it's Becky Lynch, Charlotte, and Bayley show up and they have a little stare down, and Rousey goes anytime, anywhere. She throws down her water bottle, gets on the mean face. Here's my thoughts on this. You have women coming in from around the world, okay, to do this tournament and to probably make a name for themselves and get noticed. And it's good. It's well and all and good for WWE to give that opportunity to these women. However, if all this tournament is being used for is to build a 4 horsewomen versus 4 horsewomen match that is not going to benefit NXT, it's not going to benefit any of the other women in the tournament, it's not even going to help the cause of the tournament. Hell, it's going to make the tournament seem irrelevant. That is what I'm against. They could have went about this a far different way than holding a big-ass tournament, having all these women fly in, and have it be for nothing because they want to put over one woman. Yes, I know the winner of the tournament is supposed to be the most over, but golly, in this instance, nobody else is getting over. To me, the point of a tournament is to put everybody in the tournament over and showcase everybody in the tournament. Yes, you're going to have people lose in the first round, but everybody should come out of there looking better than what they have. And in this case, it's all for nothing. Because it's going to lead to this 4 horsewomen versus 4 horsewomen match. Only 1 out of the 4 is really trained from what I gather. I could be wrong about that. I wish AC were here. He could tell me. But, and here's another thing. Ronda Rousey's not gonna sign on. It would shock the hell out of me if Ronda Rousey, if this match does happen, if Ronda Rousey loses. It makes the whole tournament seem pointless and for nothing to me. Sexy Star has issued a statement. Oh man, what broken... Golly. You need a translator to read the translation. Basically, she's countering, saying what all has gone on in the ring, and basically is saying that she has received no, I have to know that I received no medical medical, there was no x-rays, and that Rosemary was just holding an ice pack on her arm and seemed fine after the match. Yeah, that was until the next day. You got so much adrenaline and shit going through your body after something like that, you're not going to feel it until the next day. You might not even swell up until the next day. Talks about how she is 11 years in the business and she was just portraying her character, and she shows no remorse for what she did. In fact, she's trying to play the victim by saying, oh, everybody's cyberbullying her. And why? Because we want your ass blackballed? Why? Because this isn't the first time we've heard about this shit happening? Come on. Can't play with that with us. Doesn't quite work that way. It just doesn't quite work that way. Let's get into Raw here. I thought it was a pretty decent show tonight. I really did. It was the first hour and a half for me dragged on and on and on. They fit a lot into the first hour and 15 minutes of the show, to the point where I looked at my clock. It said 9:16, and I was just like, oh my God, is this thing... what else can they give us? Well, they gave us a hell of a main event. We're in Omaha, Nebraska, so might as well be Paducah. See, this is what I'm talking about when they get back into Paducah, how the crowd does here. Match number 1, we kicked off with a match. John Cena versus Jason Jordan. And here's what kills me. My 8-year-old son, who has been watching wrestling every Monday night since he was born. Okay? Who has been watching wrestling every Monday night since he was born, looks at me and goes, Dad, is this the first time they've ever started off with a match before? Like just going into a match, no talking? I was like, no, son, it ain't the first time, but it has been quite a while. So what does that tell you? When they're booking for kids, but an 8-year-old can sit there and pick out the flaws in this product. When he's awed, he's in awe, he's jaw-dropped by the fact that they're actually kicking off a wrestling show with a wrestling match. What a novel concept. John Cena versus Jason Jordan. The internet going crazy for this one. Twitterverse going crazy. It wasn't that bad of a match. Jordan getting in some amateur wrestling here. My tweet of the night, I think, was I liked, the sensitive universe is going to be like, Cena knows how to wrestle. He made that movie legendary. Oh, man, I'm sorry tonight, folks. It's late. But it's like, John Cena made legendary, so certainly he knows how to chain wrestle. So basically, the match ends, of course, Jordan giving a back-to-back in rolling Northern Lights, which I like that. I really like the rolling Northern Lights. Jordan with a running shoulder into the corner, and the straps go down. Cena counters an Olympic slam into a lateral press. Pops up, immediately hits the attitude adjustment. Bam. Jason Jordan further down the food chain. Further down the rabbit hole. When John Cena beats you, it's pretty, one has to wonder if he went into the back and gave the thumbs up or thumbs down for this, like he did Baron Corbin. We'll get to Baron Corbin here in a minute. After the match, Roman Reigns' music plays and they go to commercial. A lot of people are complaining about the commercial. Well, they sell ad revenue. When are they supposed to give you ads? When are they supposed to give you commercials? There's a reason why The Walking Dead is such a advertising juggernaut. Because they always go to commercial before the good parts or after a good part. In this case, I think they were feeling the crowd out and wanted to get a little bit of heat between the two. Or something happened during the commercial to establish it, because when they came back, the audience was red hot and screaming for both of them and blah, 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 blah. So, Cena and Reigns are, in the ring together, and Roman says he has a question for Cena. If you are who you say you are, why does it take a 16-time champ more than 20 minutes to beat a rookie? Oh, now we're phasing in logic at this. Okay. Also, I put out on Twitter that, oh my God, Meltzer isn't the only one sitting there watching this with a stopwatch. Match times matter now, apparently. So they go through this whole promo, and Cena's like, you can't beat me, your fly's down. And he goes, Roman goes, I busted it, I'm the big dog. Not a good comeback. The crowd popped for it, not a good comeback. So basically you had the same back and forth you had last week. The only thing I hated about this is that Cena put over The Miz. How is it that the number one babyface in the company, even though he's a part-time babyface, but he's still the number one babyface in the company, just put over probably one of your top heels on the Raw brand, and now you expect us to boo him? So Roman says Cena's all talk, and that's why he doesn't respect him. Basically sitting there saying, why wait? Back up what your, cash the checks that your mouth writes. And Cena just sits there against the ropes and smiles and doesn't even come at him. Roman again tells him he's all talk, and that's why he doesn't respect Cena and backs out the ring. It was an okay segment. It's just nice to see Raw kick off with a match, and then you get the 20-minute promo after. Cesaro and Sheamus versus Heath Slater and Rhino. Dylan Hales on Twitter goes, I would love to see this match go at least 20 minutes. And about the time I put in me too, because it would be a good match, the match was over. They went about 2 minutes. Rhino eats a brogue kick. Sheamus and Cesaro win. Renee Young, wearing a shirt that looked like her grandmother just crocheted it for her, was in the interview with the area with Matt and Jeff. Jeff talks about how tonight he finally gives his daughter a chance to see him win the Intercontinental Championship. They note that it has been 10 years since Jeff Hardy's last Intercontinental title win. Typical Hardy Boys promo. Other than that, pretty good. Jeff Hardy versus The Miz for the Intercontinental title. It was a very good match. I enjoyed this match thoroughly. You need to go out of your way to see this because the work rate by both of them was damn good here. Point in the match where the Miz Taraz along with Matt Hardy gets booted out, but Maurice gets to stay. And as soon as I saw that Maurice wasn't leaving, I was like, okay, here we go. So Jeff Hardy goes for the Swanton. Maurice taps Miz's hand to let him know that he's coming down. Miz rolls out the way. Jeff hits a kick, goes for the twist of fate, but Miz counters into the skull-crushing finale for the 3 count. Damn good match here. I enjoyed this match. You go out of your way to see this. This wasn't a bad episode of Raw, folks. I gotta admit. Sasha Banks will get a rematch against Alexa Bliss at No Mercy here, we're told in the back, and Kurt Angle's in his office when Nia Jax. Here's what kills me, and I know I've said this time and time again. Nia Jax posted pictures on her Twitter account, or even I think on her Instagram account, of her in a swimsuit. And she looked hot. She looked fucking beautiful. And then you see her in this damn ring gear that she wears, and it makes her gain like 10 pounds easily. It's not a knock on her, it's a knock on the ring gear, man. But then again, I'm thinking about it, and I'm looking at this match, and again, that's not the first time I've talked about Nia Jax's ring gear. But I'm looking at this ring gear, and then I'm looking at what the other women are wearing, and it finally dawned on me why she wears this ring gear. Because if you look at it, what's Emma wearing? A bra-style top, booty shorts, and boots. What is Sasha Banks wearing? Bra-style top, booty shorts, and boots. What is Alexa Bliss wearing? A bra-style top, booty shorts, and boots. They all look the same. The ring gears do, just different colors. I know, Sasha has a little bit with the arm sleeves there, but it's pretty much the same. So then it hit me, maybe Nia Jax doesn't need to change the ring gear. Maybe she needs, or if she does, maybe she needs to get a different version of it that doesn't make her look like she's fatter than what she is. Because she's not fat by any means until she puts that, I know. Oh, God, here we go. Who are you to call it, you stupid Mark? Who are you to call her fat, Joe? I've seen your picture on Twitter. You're a fat-ass, Joe. I never claimed to be skinny. I just know that if I was wrestling, I wouldn't wear something... How do I put this easily? How do I put this without... Braun Strowman was to wear this, he'd look like 10 pounds of shit in a 5-pound bag. There. That's the description that I can use, okay? If Braun Strowman were to put on this same ring gear, 5 pounds of, 10 pounds of shit in a 5-pound bag. Or as the late, great Rick Hendrickson would call it, a sausage suit. I'm not saying she has to go down to a bikini top, booty shorts, and boots. I don't want her to do that. I don't want her looking the same. She said she doesn't look the same as these other women. But she's got to find something a little bit more flattering than what she has. I mean, I know. Who am I? Stupid Mark. Anyway. Basically, the gist of this is that Kurt Angle's in his office. Emma's saying she wants a shot at it. Nia's saying she wants her shot at the title. They're exchanging hashtags. They're exchanging looks. And, Nia basically says, hey, I'm going to, basically, I'm going to give you a hashtag of put you in the hospital or something like that. And it was okay. It wasn't the campiest thing that they've ever done, but it was okay. So basically, Kurt Angle says, all right, Sasha and Alexa are going to tag team up against you, Emma, and Nia. And if you two win, guess what? The match is another Fatal 4-Way. That's right, we're getting another Fatal 4-Way. Enzo. So basically, the next match, oh my God. Enzo comes out with Cedric Alexander and Grand Metalik because Noam Dar, Drew Gulak, and Tony Nese cannot have their own entrance, apparently. Enzo comes out and he proceeds to talk and make less sense and less sense and less fucking sense. You're in Omaha, Nebraska. Your New York accent puts people off there. They think you are a dumb fucking Yankee, dude. You are in Omaha, Nebraska. How you doing? They probably don't even get it. I mean, come on. I've been through Nebraska. There's nothing there. So, come on. So basically that cruiserweight match ends with Enzo Amore, Cedric Alexander, Grand Metalik. He calls Cedric the Entertainer. He calls, Enzo calls Grand Metalik, Queso Diablo or some carne, whatever. Pepper Jack is what he calls him. I'm just like, dude, shut the fuck up. Corey Graves brung a good point when these guys came out. Said that they look like Ringling Brothers that came to town. And I tweeted to Corey, and I was like, Corey, Ringling Brothers went out of business, I think, last year or this year. But you know what? Maybe Enzo will do the same and just get out of business. Sasha Banks is in her locker room. Alexa Bliss enters. You have this whole thing of, I don't like you, but we got to team up to save each other's ass type of promo. Balor comes out after the commercial, tells Omaha, this is Balor Club, and the fans are chanting, too sweet. Well, 3 or 4 of them were, and he tells them too sweet, and the 3 or 4 fans cream their pants over it. Says the NXT Championship used to look real good around his waist, and the Universal title looked real good around his waist, and if it wasn't for Bray Wyatt, I'd have the Intercontinental title around my waist. That was good. These two have really good promos. The problem is it's the same back and forth that they've been doing for the last month, and it's the same Bray Wyatt promo that has been cut the last 5 years. Bray Wyatt is excellent at the delivery of these things. The problem is his character is so fucking stale that none of it matters. So you get the usual back and forth by them. It wasn't a bad segment, but it's all been done. Alexa Bliss and Sasha Banks versus Nia Jax and Emma. I gotta say, I enjoyed the hell out of this match, and I enjoyed Emma's work in it with the constantly going for pinfalls. Constantly, hey, I gotta get him. I liked it. I like Nia Jax at the end of at this. I thought the weakest person in this entire match was Sasha Banks. I loved the spot. He was my favorite spot of the whole match, and it genuinely popped me and made me laugh in a very good way. This is how comedy can get over, folks. Pay attention. Alexa Bliss gets tagged in, and it's her and eventually Nia Jax gets tagged in. And Alexa's looking at Nia, got the big eyes of, oh my God. Okay, selling it really well. I got to go up against my former friend. I know what she's capable of. Holy hell. So they start trading blows, and Alexa, all of a sudden out of nowhere, smacks the shit out of Nia Jax. Nia Jax gives the roar, I'm hulking up on your ass, gives them the big tribal yell, and Alexa at the same time screams her ass off and tries to run away. It's funny. It was great. I loved it. It looked like, the classic cartoon where one person is scared and while the other person's roaring. I loved it. It was funny as fuck. Anyway, the match comes over where Sasha hits a Shining Wizard. Nia, or goes for a Shining Wizard. Nia hits her with a body block. Nia does the X-Pac short leg drop to Emma. Or short leg drop to Sasha. But Emma does a blind tag as Nia's hitting the ropes for that leg drop and ends up getting the pinfall. So the story here is that Nia did the work, Emma got the pinfall, but they're both in this fatal 4-way. Emma and Nia are celebrating together. Nia wants a high five, so Emma does the high five, but she grabs her hand, pulls her in, basically gives her the Samoa drop, and Nia Jax stands tall out of all these women, walks right past them, goes right back up the ramp, and it was good. I liked the match. It just, seeing the other 3 women there with Nia Jax really opened up my eyes tonight. It really did. It really opened my eyes up as to how, yes, there's a Divas women's revolution, and it's good to see them, but they all, at the end of the day, they still all look the fucking same. Renee Young is in the back with Braun Strowman. Really good promo here by Braun. Says, wants to know what Kurt Angle's thinking. I got to face Brock Lesnar at No Mercy, and tonight you're putting me in a steel cage with the Big Show? Last time we were in the ring collapsed. And they sold that all night tonight after this by showing when the ring collapsed and everything was good. Says he does not see Kurt Angle putting Brock Lesnar in a steel cage before No Mercy. He said he's sending to Kurt Angle. He's sending a message to Kurt Angle, Brock Lesnar, and The Big Show. Wherever he goes, destruction follows. And it was a really good promo by him. Really good promo. Yes, it's written. Yes, it's scripted. But Braun Strowman has proven, I think, that he can take those scripted promos and make chicken salad out of chicken shit with just his delivery and his demeanor and the look in his eyes. He sells it. He can act a little, for crying out loud. I like it. Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins are in the back. They walk across. They walk past Elias playing the guitar. And they look at him and they nod their head and they continue to walk. And as they're walking, I like how Dean Ambrose was kind of bobbing along with what Elias was playing, putting it over. I liked it. So, match number 6. How many matches did we get at SummerSlam? In 4 hours? 10 or 12? We got 6 and 3 hours tonight. Actually, I think 7. So, Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins versus Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows. I like the work here by... I'll say one thing about Carl Anderson. If he loses any more weight, he's going to become invisible. I'd like the work here. You know, it was what it was. Who'd you expect to go over? After the match, you know, Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose did a lot of double teaming in the match. Sheamus and Cesaro tries to interfere, but it backfires, and Rollins gets the 3 count with a roll-up on Anderson. After the match, Gallows and Anderson attack Sheamus and Cesaro from behind, and they get him out of the ring, and finally Cesaro and Sheamus come back into the ring. Sheamus hits a brogue kick to Anderson. Cesaro hits a European uppercut and clotheslines Gallows over the top rope, and they stand tall facing off with Rollins and Ambrose. It just, again, how weak can we make the club look? They run a tear-jerker package for Connor's cure. Next week, or next month, it'll be Susan G. Komen. I like what they're doing with the kids, but golly. John Cena's asked about being the referee for the match, and when the ring, or John Cone, is asked about being the referee for the match when the ring collapsed. John Cone actually did a pretty damn good job here, putting over how crazy it was. The ring is double reinforced, but their intentions are to maul each other. He says he will stay out of the way. Renee Young is in the back with a Big Show. Typical Big Show promo here. It was really good. Big Show looks good baby-faced. And then we get Big Show versus Braun Strowman in a cage. We have Big Show leaping off the top rope. We have both men busting their ass and eating some steel. We had another superplex, but the ring's in force now, so it's not going to collapse. And these two guys just work. Man, go watch this match. I can't do this match justice by just reading a description of it to you. It was damn good. You know, the finish saw Show climbing to the middle ropes, and Strowman hits him with a punch. Show gets headbutts, and Strowman goes back to the mat. Show goes up to the top, and Strowman cuts him off with a punch. Strowman sets for a superplex, and he hits it. Strowman then picks up the Big Show, hits a power slam, 1, 2, 3 in the middle of the ring. After the match, Strowman gets a microphone. He asks, "Have you seen what I've done to the so-called giant?" Typical, like, oh man, this is so good. It was actually a good promo. Do you see what I've done to your giant? What do you think I'm going to do to your beast? He goes, right here's your future, because I'm becoming the Universal Champion at No Mercy. It was a really good promo. Braun looks at Big Show on the mat before leaving the cage. He picks up Show and goes, "Time to put you out to pasture, old man." And he slams him through the side of the cage. the side of the cage collapses and hits the floor, so Big Show gets basically power slammed out of the cage. Kind of think Austin McMahon, that cage match, only the side of the cage, instead of sweeping out, the panel of the cage just went straight down. It was a good spot. Officials check on Big Show after what Strowman did to him. Big Show selling it like a motherfucker, which, hell, I'm sure it fucking hurt. Ain't no two ways about that. That fucking hurt. And we go to credits. So that was Monday Night Raw. I encourage you guys to go check it out. Tomorrow night I will be back. Have a little SmackDown review for you. Things are actually going good on SmackDown. Corey Graves is back, so we'll get to hear him call the Kinshasa again. Always enjoyed his call of it on NXT. Am I glad JBL is gone? Yes. By the way, you're seeing a crawl down at the bottom of your screen for the CWF Fan Con that's happening October 13th and 14th. If you want details on how to attend the CWF Mid-Atlantic Fan Con that's taking place, see at John Philippovich or at JBryant025 on Twitter. Speaking of Johnny P, John Philippovich, he will be my guest live this Wednesday night at 10:30 Eastern Time for the official unofficial CWF Mid-Atlantic After Show as we review episode 121 and we pick Johnny P's brain for FanCon and other stuff to come. Thank you guys so much for watching tonight. And we will see you guys down the road.